Hey folks, in this video I'm going to show you
how to perform a static analysis on your Ocaml code. All right, so static analysis actually allows us, security auditors and programmers in general to figure out, obvious issues in the code. And there are a whole bunch of different tools in this ecosystem. Some tools are just style checkers, so they just check the style of your code. And some of those are more in depth and give you some clue about the potential security issues. Of course, there are always a lot of false positives, in the result. But it's good to usually start with some static analysis on the code before you dive into the code manually and then perform like unit testing or fuzzing and this kind of thing. So regarding Ocaml, Ocaml is relatively old language. It was built firstly in 1996, and it's more like a functional type-safe language. And the language is not as well known as other trendy languages such as Rust or Java. I mean, Java is not trendy, but it's a popular language. It's not as popular as them, but it has been out there for a while, and there are a number of serious projects written on top of Ocaml. And the reason why is because of a couple of reasons. Of course, this is a functional language and it's type safe, and of course there are other advantages as well. Type safety of the language actually prevents runtime data conversion. So for instance, in Python or PHP and dynamic languages, this kind of statement, this pseudocode here, something like that, actually works out. At runtime, you can actually convert types and so forth. However, it's banned and prevented in Ocaml. And that actually reduces a number of runtime bugs because things are more neat and clean, and we don't have potential memory violations or tricky errors, these kind of problems. And that's a good thing. And as I said, a number of serious projects, have been written on top of Ocaml. For instance, if you are in crypto space, Tezos blockchain at the moment is a popular blockchain. Allow you basically to write a smart contract, NFTs, and this kind of things on top of that. There are also other projects like that have been written on top of Ocaml. However, one downside is there are not that much tools out there for security analysis, for static analysis, and linting code. There are a few projects out there, to be honest, but I checked them out and I found they're mostly outdated. They are very old and dysfunctional at the moment. So I decided in this video actually show you how to perform a static analysis quickly on your code, on your Ocaml code, and basically try to find obvious issues before you dive into more manual security audit and so forth. So let's do it. All right, so we are in our VSC, in our coding environment. I just cloned this code, Tezos mirror, which contains the source code of Tezos blockchain, which is written in Ocaml, as you can see. So as you can see, the code base is quite extensive. If I just go over here, and open terminal and just, try to take a look at the code in terms of size and so forth, this is what I get, right? So as you can see, if here is the breakdown of the source code, we have around 90, yeah, about 1 million lines of code, just below 1 million lines of code in Ocaml, WebAssembly, and the other one languages. But yeah, this is the critical part. So as you can see, performing manual code analysis here gonna be very extensive. And the first thing you need to do is performing some sort of basically static analysis, and then find some clues, and then perform like more manual code analysis and fuzzing, unit testing, and basically in some cases formal verification. But yeah, so the tool I'm gonna use, and actually it's gonna be very useful, is semgrep. So in order to install that, you can use pip or brew if you use Mac OS, and then install, and the name is grep. So the next command gonna be same grep and config and auto. So that being said, hey Sam Grip, go and check out my code base, and if you find any, for example, Ocaml incident or any other languages that this tool supports, it's not just for Ocaml, also other languages, and go and report, the problems for me. So by just adding this command and hitting enter, I expect basically to get the result in a few seconds or few minutes based on your code base. So here our code base is relatively large, so it might take a few minutes. Multiple languages such as OCaml and Python and so forth here. And it takes a while, as you can see, we have a lot of tasks. There we go. We got the results, and as you can see, it's very extensive, and that actually gives us a good entry point to the code and code analyzers, and from where we can go and take a look at the problems, potential issues, and so forth in the code. However, you need to really notice that the code can be, many of these results can be actually false positive. Okay, so you got to do this by yourself and manually. You need to walk through these parts and basically verify them. But yeah, here are related to Python, but if you scroll down, you can also find OCaml part. So yeah, that was for the video. I hope you enjoy this video and find it informative. So if you like this kind of content, please don't forget to follow me on social media, on my YouTube channel, read my articles on Medium, check out my GitHub repository. I put sometimes articles and other educative or practical source code there, open source softwares. And if you like, you can also support me through the links down below, such as like Patreon and the other approaches. Yeah, thank you very much for your time, and see you on the next video.